Welcome to Profit Channels. This is my disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor and don't give financial advice. Please consider this video entertainment. Today I am looking at WEAT, or the price of wheat. So this tries to track the actual price of wheat, and this is a monthly chart, and this is the channel I have. If I jump into the weekly, back in 22, we hit the top of the channel, and we've been working our way down since, and we've really been moving along this midpoint line for a few years now. If I jump into and we're below all our moving averages. In fact, we have not been this far below the 200, which is the green line, since before the 2020s. I jump into the daily. We see a lot of nice gaps above us, around 477, 519, 567, 601. That's always bullish to have gaps above you. They tend to fill, but sometimes it can take years. So here we are, again, stretched down. Every time we get real far from the 200, we usually make a turn up. And you can see right here, back to the weekly. And if I say, all right, let's do a Fibonacci channel in the same lines, the top and the bottom. The 786, the 618.5 obviously is the midpoint line. The 382 and the 236 are all real beautiful. And here we are coming off the 0.5. We have this triangle wedge forming, which usually, if I were to read it from here, it would say that we have the chance when we break out to make that kind of gain, which, say we break out, start coming up right here, that should get us right to that gap. So usually when we wedge down in here, it's going to be a break to the above. So that is bullish. Let's get rid of these moving averages and look at our volume profiles on the weekly. All right, so we got a point of control here and here, all above us. It's like 480 and 580. And the longer term up here at $10, $11. So all the points of control are above us. If I do an extension, get rid of these lines. From the bottom to the top, we're well past the 1. Are we going to get to the 1272? I don't know, but the 786, these fib lines look good. Now I'm going to do an extension. We got to overlap on the 382 and the 786, and the 382 and the 786 up here. So close this up. We're extending from the bottom to the top to the bottom. This Fibonacci extension is the prettiest. El Mejor del Mundo. So there's the 382, 236, 382, 236 are real pretty. 0.5 is decent. I really like the 618. If we go through time, 618, 786, these are great lines. So this would indicate to me that this could be the bottom. Now if I bring back in my points of control, we've got one right at the 382, and the long term right here at the 1. So these are nice goals to shoot for. If I look at wheat divided by DBA, which is an agricultural ETF, general agricultural ETF, here's the channel we are in. We are as far from the 200 moving average as we have ever been. We're at the bottom of this channel. And if I do a fib channel on the same lines, basically, we get this real behind that. We have pretty good fib lines here. So we're at the bottom of this channel. There's the 786, 618, the 0.5, the 382, and the 236. These all just line up so pretty, indicating the bottom. If I look at the parabolic seller in the super trend, pretty bearish in the monthly. We are getting ready to cross over on the monthly and head up on the MACD. Our histograms are almost gone on the bearish side. On the RSI, we are just bottomed out, touching the bottom here, and ever so slightly turning up on the monthly, and our stochastic is crap. On the weekly, we've got the RSI that is made the midpoint line, but now is currently trending down. However, our MACD has kind of been moving up and then leveling off as everything goes down. So that's a pretty good divergence. And so you look at the RSI, it's moving up here, but we're going down. But now it's moving down. Now we're moving down. Stochastic is bottomed on the daily. Pretty bearish down here. Stochastic is just turning up. Our RSI is working its way up. We're stretched from the moving average and ready to move up. And here our MACD has just crossed over negatively. And let's jump into the 2 hour. All right. Bears down here. Stochastic is at the bottom, ready to turn up. Our MACD is just getting ready to cross over and head up. And the same with our stochastic, but we're trying to break these downward trends. If I go to the RSI Bollinger Band monthly, it's not enough data. Money flow index is neutral. Squeeze momentum is slightly bearish. ADX is no trend. To the weekly, now we're on the bottom half of our Bollinger Band. Money flow index has bottomed out, which is indicating it's time to move up. Squeeze momentum is still pretty neutral, and ADX is not showing a trend yet. Daily, we are now at the bottom of our Bollinger Band. Money flow index is threatening to turn up after being oversold back here. So you see money flow coming up and the price going down. So we have some divergence. Squeeze momentum is just not seeing a lot at the moment, and ADX is still not seeing a trend. Finally, we are just completing another, doing these hoops down. And we just completed another one and are starting to turn up. Money flow index has bottomed out, and ADX is not saying there's a trend. And squeeze momentum is pretty neutral. So if we go back here and look at this day candle, we have a nice long wick here, indicating we may have found a bottom. If I look at the weekly, this is a pretty bearish candle unless tomorrow, so today is Wednesday the 8th, unless the next couple of days we start moving up and give this candle a longer wick. So this is wheat. I'm pretty bullish on this, particularly when I'm looking at my Bollinger Bands, or I'm sorry, the RSI and the MACD. Let's look at this at the daily. And, we've been moving up on both of them, and the price has been going down. So I think we have found our bottom. All right, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. I will talk to you later.